Hamas saying today would be the release of the bodies of 4 Israeli hostages on Thursday. That includes members of the Bethesda family, as well as 6 living hostages 2 days later. And on Saturday, there would be more release there. We've got founder and executive director of the National Security Institute, Jamil Jaffer, joining us now. Jamil, good to see you. It seems as though, to some degree, Hamas is following through with at least this first initial phase, although there has been kind of a stop and go, and we know the president's statements about Saturday, etc. Where do things stand right now?
Well, look, it does appear that we're moving forward with some of the needed transfers of hostages and bodies. That's a positive sign. I think it suggests that we may be moving forward in a more aggressive way. The president's called for the release of all hostages immediately. That is obviously not happening yet, but we're seeing more than just the 3 per week that have been agreed to. And so assuming that we see these sort of 10 hostages, 6 alive, 4 passed away, will be about 59 remaining in Gaza, about half of whom are believed to be dead. So that moves the ball in the right direction. Ultimately, the question is how soon can we move now to the stage of talking about what a phase 2 or phase 3 looks like if, in fact, these hostage releases continue forward.
Gotcha. So those are you've given us the pros of what just happened today. What's the downside of what you're seeing moving to move us forward and to move us to where the world doesn't have to watch what's going on in that region anymore?
Well, you know, one of the big questions that remains on the table is what is to happen with the rebuilding of Gaza and the folks that are there in Gaza, the 2 million or so Palestinians. Obviously, President Trump last week in a conversation, or a week before last, a conversation with Prime Minister Netanyahu made clear that his view is that the 2 million Palestinians should be moved out of Gaza into Egypt and Saudi Arabia. There's no current obvious plan for how that would happen, how the U.S. would effectuate that without any troops on the ground, and then what would happen with Gaza. President Trump has said the U.S. would take that over. His staff and the Secretary of State walked that back. He's doubled down on it now a couple of times. So we'll see what happens with that. That could complicate both final status negotiations, both for the Israelis and the Palestinians, as well as all the other players involved, the Saudis, the Jordanians, the Egyptians as well.
Yeah, and we know the Hamas leader was killed here in a drone strike via Israel, not just I believe 24 hours ago. But Jamil, thank you for the latest there, and we hope that at least they proceed with the release of all the hostages.
Yes.